is for obedient. Be an obedient servant. There's a spiritual sister I have. She uses it jokingly, but there's a spiritual sister I have that every time our leaders ask her to do something, she said no.
Right.
Well, I need you to know. She be joking. But one day, one leader told her, I need you to stop that. Stop it. Because it's not a joke. I'm asking you to do something. But she's always just, no. Girl, I need you to do, no. Then one day, one of my leaders said, stop it. You can't answer me like that, because I can take it one way and you'll miss your blessing another way. So stop it. Okay? So when your leaders come to you and they want you to do something, answer. With no jokes. Answer. And hopefully you be willing, you be humble, and you be obedient. You do the buffet. So that they can help you grow to eventually become partners. All right? So that's my rendition of following before serving. All right? Y'all okay? Now, let's go to the second one I want to teach you all real quick, and I'm going to get out y'all way. I love this one, Luke 7. Luke 7. And as I said, y'all don't get out here before the designated time. Luke 7. In being a good minion or a good server and having a good leader will also benefit you something. You heard about the following by serving and the benefits that you can have, especially the final outcome being a partner with your leader in the kingdom, right? I want to also let you know this, that in the midst of you being a good servant, there is a love that the leader develops for their servants. So don't always think that you're serving people and you may not get the recognition that you think you deserve, or get the acknowledgement that you think you deserve, or the thank yous and I appreciate you, all of those soulish things that you think you deserve, because sometimes you may not get it. I have a supervisor that tells us, my VP, I'm a nurse, that tells her nurses, my job is not to celebrate you. That's what she says. I thought it was kind of rude. And luckily, I have learned to study to be quiet. And so, my job is not to celebrate you. That's what your check does. Wow. And I want to tell her so bad, you are so glad I'm saved. You need to be really glad. I know the Lord Jesus Christ. In his fullness. Not in his parts, but in his fullness. And so I listened to her because that's how bosses think, right? That's how bosses think. Your check is my way of saying thank you, you know, because you do the job, you get paid, you know, whatever. And so therefore, remember I told you I based the book off of Gru, who is a villain, and somebody that feels they need to be despised or whatever. Not one time did I ever hear Gru tell his minions, thank you. Thank you. I'm serious. Sometimes you see Gru kick him. Like, get out my way. You're just all in my way. Sometimes you all may feel that you are serving a villain. Y'all will never say it, but I know you do. You ain't got to say it. Keep yourself free. they ought to say, thank you, I appreciate you, you know, all, none of that. You may not get none of that, but it still should not affect your service. Because in reality, you're serving God, not that man. Not that woman. So you may never get it, but it should never affect your service. Because God sees you, and He sees how you serve them. So be careful in the midst of that, all right? So I wanted to, I addressed that too in the book. In addition to, what I want to leave you with is this though. Even if you have a villain, or you have a servant that really is very sweet and kind, okay, it doesn't matter. There is a love that leaders do have for their servants.
Yes.
Sidebar. I had to look up, I don't like golf. Y'all may like it. It's only because I don't understand it. Trying to get a little ball in it. But anyhow, golf ain't my thing. But I did happen to, what I do like about golf is what these little boys are called caddies. I like caddies. I like watching them more than the golfer.
Wow.
I really do. I found out that when they get ready to go golf, some caddies are assigned, so they may not know the person that's actually golfing. They ain't never been with them before and nothing like that. And then some caddies that people actually hire to be their personal caddy. I found that out. Okay. Okay. In the midst of that, I found out there's 2 sets of caddies. I did. I found out 2 sets of caddies. I watched. And then I had to go look it up to figure out what I was watching. And so with the caddies, I found out there are 2, and so with the caddies, I found out since there's 2 types of caddies, I found out there's 2 types of leaders. Okay? There's one leader that will tell you as you're on the golf course, stay here. I'm going over there. You just stay right here. I'm going over there. When I need you, I'll tell you to come. You got some leaders that's like that. You stay here. When I need you, I'll tell you to come. And then the caddy will stroll on down the green to where the golfer is to give them what they need so they can do what they do. That's one caddy. Then there's another caddy that when the golfer moves, the caddy moves just like that. Which means every time the golfer moves, the golfer likes for the caddy to be right along with him as he moves. When he turns around, who he wants to see? His caddy. Whereas one golfer, when he turns around, his caddy may be way over there, and then he'll tell him, come on. And you got leaders like that. You got one leader say, come, I want you to go with me everywhere I go. Come on, let's go. We're going to go somewhere. We're going to get your stuff, get your bags packed. Let's go. Whereas you got one leader say, I'll be back. I'll let you know when to pick me up at the airport. This and that. And I'll call you when I need you. Right? 2 sets of leaders that do 2 different things. So you have to learn how to serve them both and not get offended. You just need to know them. All right? So here we are in Luke 7, and we're talking about a particular leader. Luke 7, let's go to 1. This one is titled, The Love of a Leader for the Servant. When Jesus had finished saying all this, I'm out of the NIV. When Jesus had finished saying all this to the people who were listening, he entered Capernaum. There, a centurion servant. What kind of servant? A centurion servant. There, in other words, if I said it like this, there was a leader who had a servant. There, a centurion servant, or there was a leader who had a servant, whom this master valued highly. There, a centurion servant, whom his master valued highly, was sick and about to die. A leader had a servant that he valued, that was very sick and about to die. So my question to you is this: does your leader value? And only you can answer that. And your leader. Your leader can answer that too. Does your leader value, are you valuable? I heard a leader say this, and the leader said, it's a bad thing when a leader view you as like you can miss church and you're not missed.
Right.
Don't nobody miss you. You're not held by it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When you can miss church and your leader don't miss you, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because I got leaders that come to me as the executive pastor. Pastor Monica, I need you to find out where so-and-so is. So-and-so is, because they went in service today. I need you to find Mother so-and-so. She find out what's going on with her. She wasn't in service. They miss everybody. They really do. Because sometimes I leave church with a list. Because I got to go find out what she did. Because they didn't call nobody. They were no call, no show. And they were missed. And so when you're missed, when you are absent and not missed, you're not held value. You're a servant that is not held value. Because here it is, the centurion got a servant who is very valuable to him, and he's at home and he's sick. 3, the centurion heard of Jesus and sent some elders of the Jews to him, asking him to come and heal his servant. The master didn't go himself. He sent some elders of the Jews. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. To come, go to Jesus. Tell him I got a servant, not a friend, not a relative, but I have a servant that is at home that is sick, and I need him to come and heal him. Are you that valuable? That your leader will send a message to somebody on the benefit of you. Yes. Are you? Because sometimes you know what, you need them letters. What kind of letters are they called? A letter of recommendation. And you sometimes need that from your pastor. You need it from your leader. Can you go ask them to give you a letter of recommendation? Can you? Without them cringing on what they don't say in the letter. A letter of recommendation. Can you safely say, because they seal it up, you can't read it, to trust that they had said something good about you in this letter of recommendation? So here's this leader concerned about a servant that he values very highly. The man or the woman must have been a good servant. That he sends the elders of the Jews to Jesus to tell Jesus, come and heal his servant. 4, when they came to Jesus, they pleaded earnestly with him, this man deserves to have you do this because he loves our nation and has built our synagogue. So Jesus went with them. Great leaders, I put down in my notes, has the ability to utilize his or her influence to help their servants. He had great influence. If you can send some elders of the Jews to the man who they don't like and ask him to come and heal my servant, oh, you got some good influence. And you got some good money. Because they said, oh, look, now Jesus, we know a man, and he's pretty wealthy, and he's real known in the community. He done helped build some things that we needed, and we really don't want to lose his funding. And so, therefore, he has a man that's at home sick. We need you to go heal him. He's a good man. Yeah. He's very influential in our town. And evidently he got somebody at home that he really cares about. And he really needs him to be up and running because he needs him to take care of some business. And he's a good servant, so we need you to really go and do this for him. Would your leader do that for you? Are you just that good? That they'd do that for you? They'd be like, remember I talked about partners earlier, right? That there's something, put it like this. Have your leader ever got a speaking engagement that they cannot make and they'll send you? They'll be like, I can't make it, but I do have a preacher that it has the ability to do the task that you need. So I can't come. Would you be willing to accept them in my stead? Have y'all ever had? That's an awesome thing. That's awesome. That your leader said, this assignment ain't for me. I'm going to give this to you. All because they have confidence in you. That's awesome. So when y'all get to that point, ooh, you going somewhere. But they'll give up their assignment and give it to you. So here it is. He's asking, the elders are asking Jesus to come and heal his servant. And then the scripture goes on to say, so Jesus went with them. That's nice. So Jesus went with them. He was not far from the house when the centurion sent friends to say to him. Now he sent friends. He got servants. But he sends friends to Jesus. He didn't send a servant to Jesus. He sent friends to Jesus to say to him, Lord, don't trouble yourself, for I do not deserve to have you come under my roof. That is why I did not even consider myself worthy to come to you. But say the word, and my servant will be healed. 8, for I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed at him, and turning to the crowd following him, he said, I tell you, I have not found such great faith even in Israel. Then the men who had been sent returned to the house and found the servant well. Found the servant well. Why was the servant well? Because a leader made a request. The leader made a request on behalf of the servant. Somebody that he found valuable. If I can say anything to you, make yourself valuable to your leaders. Don't let them have to go look for you. Be available. Even when you don't feel like it, try to be available. Try to make time. Because I promise you all, it's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. It's going to take you places. It's a process. And it's going to get you to your destination. All because you learned how to follow your leader. So from this day forward, view your leader a little bit different. Don't view them as, oh, she's just a man. I mean, he's just a man, and she's just a woman, or whatever. Because God has put them to be the watchman over your soul. And whatever you need, God is going to impart in them to get to you. It's just like when you're on a job. Come on. How many of you all work? Don't raise your hand. Just this. It's just like on your job. You work a certain position on your job. There comes an opening at your place of employment. There comes a leader that recommends you for the position. All because they believe you can handle it. All because they believe you can handle it. They don't recommend Susie because they know Susie gonna be a no-call, no-show one day. And she can't do the job. They don't recommend John because they know John is lazy. Just ain't gonna do nothing extra. But they recommend whom they believe will do the job. That's natural. So even so in the spirit, they're gonna recommend who they know will do the job. I'm not gonna ask you to pray. I'm not. I can tell you don't even pray at home. Come on, I'm not gonna set you up to fail as your leader. I'm not gonna set you up to fail. I know you can't pray. That's just not your language. No, you can't collect the money. No, I don't need you to hold a tray. No, you gotta give tithes. I'm not letting you touch the tray. Why would I set you up to fail and be cursed? I'm not gonna do that to you as a leader. No, baby, you cannot sing in the choir. No. Go do some hymns and no, you cannot. No. Girl, you got 2 left foot. You cannot do praise dance. You will not. Get up there and embarrass me. No, they know what you can do. They see the ability within you. So don't get mad at them. Just say, well, let me find my way. Let me find out what I'm good at. That they would be willing to let me do. That's all. It's not that they don't want you to do anything. They want you to do something. Trust me. Listen. So the leader has 3 important characteristics about themselves that we read in Luke 7 that was beneficial in helping his valued servant. He had influence, he had humility, and he had results. He had influence. Elders, go ask Jesus to come and heal my servants. He had humility because he came, he said, I'm a man under authority. I know how it works. I'm a man of authority and under authority. I know how it works. I'm willing to come low because I need you to do something. He had humility. And he had results. Because when the friends got ready to go home and they reached home, they found out that the servant was well. So your leader has influence, humility, and results. And let me tell you something, you need all 3. Amen. As I close, what providing service is. Providing service is a great attitude. Providing service is an action of the heart. Providing service is positional. You can't give service if you ain't in position. To those of you that say, people are always trying to take my position. And they often tell you if you're in position, they can't take your position. So stop being MIA. Stay in position. Stop allowing people. Sidebar real quick. I'm a number 2. Pastor Green a number 1. I'm a number 2. I know how to do my job as a number 2 because I watched number 1. The reason why you get out of position because you got other people trying to tell you how to do your job. Yes. And it gets you off your square. Amen. They would love, people always love how to tell you how to do what you're doing. Stop it. I was doing something one day for Apostle Sharon, and then somebody said, well, she needs to do so and you need to do so and so and so for her. I looked at them because I'm still studying. To be clear. And they wanted to tell me what to do for her, and I looked at them and I smiled. I said, she okay? I said, I got her. I'm watching her. She's okay. But see, if I had to do what they wanted me to do, it would have got her off her square. Because she ain't used to that. Because I've been watching, I know she's used to. But if I had to do what they wanted me to do, now I'm out of position get their offers where not leaders all discombobulated. So stop allowing people to tell you what to do in the position that you've been placed. If anything, let your leader tell you, no, this is how I want it done. So therefore, you will be positional. And providing service is operational. You got to work it. You have to work it. Don't be in position and don't do nothing. Because that is a good way to be removed.
Yes.
Now and then, there won't nobody be taking your position. The leader just moved you from your position. So providing service is a great attitude. Providing service is an action of the heart. Providing service is positional, and providing service is operational. Now, these things that I discussed with you all, as far as it's relatable to my book, are there any minions in the house? Most of it is addendums, because that is not in the book. One thing I love about God, he's always good in adding. And he's good in multiplying. So I guess I have to write another book, but he's just good in adding. And he's good in multiplying. But do know this, you got to follow before serving, and do know that your leader loves you. I don't care what the enemy says, your leader does love you. And they're willing to do and use their influence, their humility, and results to get you what you need. I sit here before you because I have a leader that uses his influence, his humility, and his results to allow me to speak to you